Hey, Scarefest fans. So there was a good director named Toby Hooper. I've talked about him before. I defended Life Force in a whole episode of You Should See Life Force about the space vampires based on a book. Because I was talking to someone and he was shitting on Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, which is also directed by Toby Hooper. Toby Hooper directed Chainsaw and Chainsaw 2. And then I started thinking, it came out in 86 from Canon. If you ever get a chance, watch Electric Boogaloo, the story of Canon Films, okay? Canon only ever did 3 good movies, and Texas Chainsaw is one of them. And I was trying to take Part 2. How many of you still don't get Chainsaw 2? Toby Hooper made what some people call, my friend Glenn, Good Movie Monday, would say it's the best horror film of all time. I say it's The Exorcist. Texas Chainsaw is pretty damn good. Ridley Scott says it's the most formidable horror film ever made. People still don't get the comedy of Chainsaw 2. Love it, like I do. First time I saw it, I loved it. And maybe it was because I was younger. It had been a few years. Maybe I didn't have the whole, we waited 15, 14 years to get Chainsaw 2, and then he made this, something totally different. We got Bill Moseley in the character of Chop Top. We got a new heroine, Stretch. We had Dennis Hopper, who was just off of cocaine, doing a crazy performance. I've seen where he's defended and I've seen where he shit on the movie. It's shot flat. It's weird. The movie, I want you to go back and relook at Chainsaw 2. It is the flattest shot film I've ever seen up until where Stretch goes down inside. So if you don't know the plot's real simple. What it is that the Sawyers have went into business for themselves making chili out of people. And they're winning chili contests and being fairly successful. It's very much an 80s Reagan film. I want you to go back and rewatch it. They've gotten successful. They kill some people, and it's recorded on a radio station by this lady named Stretch and her engineer one night. And they eventually play it. And the reason that they play it over and over one night is Dennis Hopper plays a cop, and he's out to get revenge. He knows these people exist. Other people don't. He's a Texas Ranger. Other people don't believe him. And he's basically setting a trap to catch the Sawyer family, or at least follow them with this Stretch lady. They attack her. They kidnap her. He follows them. They go after her. That's the first 2/3 of the movie. It's a comedy, folks. And then they go underground to where the Sawyers live, under this old amusement park. And then it just is sprawling. It's not as flat. There's lights. There is references to the original dinner table scene, only it's bigger and the camera pulls all the way back. And he was trying to do something different. Toby was trying to do something different. If you do any research on this, they were finished shooting sometime in like July, and the movie was out in August. And Cannon saw it and got pissed. It was the third picture of his 3-picture deal. One had been Life Force, huge bomb, which we talked about on here before. The other one was Invaders from Mars, which is a remake. And this was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which was his third film of his 3rd-picture deal, like I said. And he made a comedy, a black, dark comedy. If you've seen the original poster, that poster with the chainsaw, with the Sawyers all sitting there, that's the Breakfast Club poster, only with the characters from Chainsaw. And he did something 180 degrees different than what he originally did, and it pissed people off. And I'm wondering how many of you think it's shit. If you do, I'm curious. Just reach out to me at Evil Joe on Twitter or Joe Lewis on Facebook, either one of those, and message me. And we can argue, well, not argue, but I can explain to you how he was trying to do something completely different, and I think it's genius. But I do understand how it pissed people off in 86 who were waiting for that great sequel to one of the most amazing horror films of all time. Well, he was never going to top that. So how do you do something different? Know that you can't top this. Even you can't top the legend. Even if you think you can make it better, the legend will never let you do that. Well, you make something completely different, and if it's Chainsaw 2, a black comedy, a dark, dark comedy. I love it. It's the only one of the sequels that I can recommend. I can recommend that and 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes of the remake. And then the last 45 minutes are just dog shit. Back to Texas Chainsaw. Go out and check Chainsaw 2. Let me know if you hate it and why, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. This has been Joe Lewis, Bonehead Weekly.